There's so much anticipation and excitement every time the Dodgers are going to send Shohei Ohtani to the mound. Nomar, today we saw him throw 2 innings. We also saw him throw the fastest pitch of his entire career, a fastball at 101.7 miles an hour. So I guess Shohei's feeling pretty good.
101, John. And yes, he is feeling pretty good. And we're coming into this game, we were talking about that it wasn't about the velocity, because we noticed that the velocity has been there in his last couple of outings. So that's great. Now it's just a matter of him being able to find that consistent command with his pitches. And that also takes time. And man, and even in this short period of time, he's making the adjustments even in the middle of this game. So that is great to see, because that also tells you that you're able to feel some of the things that you're doing. And when you're able to feel it and recognize that as it's happening, you're able to make the adjustments. And he did that, and I think that's a positive.
Yeah. Today is Ohtani's start day. What's it like behind the scenes? What is he like on start day?
Honestly, he's very quiet. Right, he has his routine. You can say hi to him. You can say what's like. It's not like a don't talk to me type. So, but you know, it is his time. You know, and you know he takes it serious, and I'm looking forward to keep watching him and building up. And you know, it's a very interesting build up, right? Because he can't go down to the minor leagues and kind of have that build up process. So you know, this is a great kind of stepping stone, for him. And, today will be fun. I was very, very surprised for him to be 99, 100 miles an hour the last time. So, he's just so special.
Shohei Ohtani got it over with a nice double play. 102. Vinny hit that ball pretty hard, but he had no chance to outrun it. Now a little mutual respect there between Junior and Ohtani. How about that? 102 Vinny hit.
Incredible. And the velocity has been back for Shohei Ohtani. He's averaging nearly 2 miles an hour faster on his four-seamer this year than he did the last time he pitched in 2023. It's been impressive what Shohei's done coming back from his second Tommy John surgery. And in fact, you ready for this? So that's the first time that Shohei's thrown 102 in a major league game. He has thrown 102 in the World Baseball Classic. That was 2 years ago. And in fact, the 102-mile-an-hour fastball he threw in the WBC was against Vinny Pasquantino.
How about that?
So he's saved it for Vinny.
Team Italian. Is that right? Is he played on the Italian team then?
Vinny, yep.
All right.
That was in the Tokyo Dome, too, a couple of years ago.
Nice. I've left some skin in that Tokyo Dome.
Yeah?
Yeah. A lot of fun. Beautiful place.
And now Jack Caglione, a two-way star at the University of Florida, so much so that they called him Jack Tani, faces Shohei Ohtani. Here's what Jack Caglione did at Florida. Last year it was the John Allrood Player of the Year. That's given to the best two-way player in baseball. 35 home runs, and he also racked up the Ks as a pitcher. Now, there are really few players in today's game that understand what Shohei Ohtani does on a day-to-day basis to prepare as a hitter and as a pitcher. Jack Caglione is one of them. Well, fresh off a 1-2-3 second inning, Shohei Ohtani is immediately back at the plate. He didn't even go down into the dugout. He was just sitting near the on-deck circle between innings. It's pretty remarkable. You don't see it every day, that's for sure.
Okay, between innings, watch it. Very, very mannerly like, very respectful. Picks up the catcher's glove, says, all right, I'm leading off. I think I'll just take a chill pill on the stool right here. And he's starting to get ready to hit. He's got to change his focus now from pitching to hitting. He's going to go ahead and put all of his gear on. And like I said, they cover that right arm up with all the padding you possibly can to protect that valuable arm.
We're back for the top of the third, and Shohei Ohtani barely made it. He just had to run from the dugout for his second plate appearance against Seth Lugo. Between innings, he got Dalton Rushing's mask off the dirt after Rushing retrieved the pop out, and then had to re-armor himself to lead off this inning.
Just wanted to get some of that home feel when he leads off, right? Come right off the mound, throw on the gear, and get right up to the plate.
I'm here. David Vassay's down next to the Dodger dugout. What was it like down there between innings, DB?
It was the same reaction Eric Karros just gave you. I saw Freddie Freeman come right over to Yamamoto trying to describe the shape of the pitches, and he was mesmerized. It was a wow moment between them. And also Max Muncy in the dugout going over to Will Smith trying to describe what they saw. So even his teammates who have told me after his previous 2 starts, seeing him do it with the Angels is one thing. To be behind him doing it is something very surreal.
Can you talk about the job you did against them? You know, Betts and Ohtani are so good at the top of the lineup. Can you talk about how you handled them today?
Yeah, I think it was really important to keep those guys off base. You know, those two, they get their whole lineup going. So if I can really bear down against the 1-2 in their lineup, then, we got a pretty good shot at putting up zeros, and that's what we did.
Shohei, were you happy with the command in the 2 innings today?
今日のコントロール振り返ってみて満足してますか？そうですね。細かいところは別として、積極的にゾーンをこう攻めれたというのは良かったかなと思います。
Overall, happy with the fact that I was able to attack the zone. There's some little things that I still need to work on, but overall, pretty happy.
You've done this your whole career, but you haven't done it in a while. Are you adjusting to going back to being the two-way player still?
久しぶりにこういう二刀流のルーティンになりましたけども、少し慣れるのに時間かかりそうですかね。
そうですかね。今日はノーヒットでしたけど、単純に打撃のアプローチとしてはそこまでこうなんですかね、いい結果を生むアプローチではなかったのかなっていうところなので、バッティングとピッチングそれぞれ同じ日にやりますけど、基本的には分けて考えるので、ピッチングは良くてバッティングは良くなかったなっていう一日だったなと思います。
Just looking back today, on the pitching side, did pretty well. Didn't give up any hits, at least in my mind. And on the hitting side, didn't really have a good approach. So in terms of days when I do pitch and hit, I do think of it, compartmentalize it, and so that's how I approach the days I pitch.
As you were going through the rehab process, did you imagine coming back and throwing 102 miles an hour?
102マイル投げれるっていうのは、リハビリの過程の中で想像していましたか？
そうですか。ライブ BP で多分投げ続けたら投げてはなかったのかなとは思うので、そういう意味ではやっぱりこう実戦で、早めに短いイニングでしか投げることによってそういう球速帯に慣れていくっていうのはいいことじゃないかなと思うので、そこも今日一つ良かったところかなとは思ってます。
It's something I don't think I would have been able to do in a live BP setting, so it's nice to be able to hit this velo and see how my body reacts.
There haven't been a ton of guys that go through 2 major elbow surgeries and come back with the same stuff. I mean, was that ever a worry for you, and how encouraging has it been to see all your stuff kind of playing at the level it has these last couple outings?
2度の肘の手術でまた戻ってくる中で、少しこの球の投げてる球っていうのが戻ってくるっていう心配っていうのはありましたかと。
1回目よりやっぱり感覚は術後からすごい良かったので、術式も多少違いますし、そういう意味では1回目よりもだいぶ良かったので、ドクターとの話の中でも戻る確率はやっぱり高いっていう話ではあったので自信はありましたけど、球速帯だけではなくて投げ方も含めて、まだまだちょっと改善の余地はあるとは思うので、これからかなと思ってます。
Yeah, I felt pretty good about being able to come back and to pitch well, especially considering when I first had the surgery, the second time through, it was a lot better in terms of recovery than the first time through. And just talking to the doctor, he was very confident that I was able to come back in full form. I do still feel like I have to work on little things in terms of the pitching side mechanically. So, in terms of that, it's still a work in progress.
Your second at bat, you have to get off the mound. You're done pitching. You had to rush to the batter's box to hit. Were you really ready to hit in your second at bat?
2打席目慌ただそうでしたけども、しっかり万全の準備ができていたのかと。
そうです。そこまでピッチングをやってるからさっきも言いましたけど、基本的には分けて考えるので、結果は悪かったですけど、基本的には DH でなんていうんですかね、一回一回代打みたいに出るよりは、マウンドからそのままの流れでいった方が自分の中ではナチュラルな感じはするかなと思ってます。
The result wasn't good, but I do feel like it's more natural for me to, get off the bump and go straight to hitting, rather than being a full-time DH guy where I'm just really waiting for the next at bat to come. So, yeah.
Do you have any interest in doing the home run derby?
ホームランダービーに興味ありますか？
どうですかね。現行のルールだとなかなか厳しいので、そうですね。今のところチャンスはないかなと思ってます。
With the current rules in place, I don't think it's feasible for me to be able to compete well.
Teo's out. Dave, in the context of a loss, was it encouraging to see the way Ohtani pitched and the way Freddie came out of his slump?
Yeah, absolutely. I think in the context of the loss, getting Shohei through 2 innings, throwing the baseball the way he did, certainly a positive. And then you look at what Freddie did today, on base 5 times, stayed at a big part of the field, took some walks. So that was a big plus, big boost for us. Never feels good to lose a game, but I think those are a couple silver linings. And I think you can't take the competitor out of the player, right? There's a little bit of stress, and then that's when you start to see in the hundreds and trying to bully guys. And I still thought the sweeper was good, the sinker was good, but no one knows himself better than he does. And so again, today I thought he was still in control, and it was still good to see triple digits.
You guys expected 102 to be there coming off the second, TJ?
I didn't know it was 102, so no, I didn't. I just saw 100, so 102, I didn't expect that. So now I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that he feels good coming out of today.
Yeah, it was the fastest pitch of his career. Do you feel like that was due to the adrenaline in that moment?
I think there was some adrenaline. There was some knowing that you're only going to go 2 innings, knowing that you don't want to give up any runs. So I think all that combined, I guess, brought us to 102.
ご視聴ありがとうございました。チャンネル登録と高評価よろしくお願いします。